Welcome to Business News. Business expectations continue to grow here in Nigeria as companies remain upbeat about the future economic environment. This is according to the headline Sales Managers Index report from London-based data analysis firm World Economics released today. Headline index posted a 66.2 reading in October. Little changed from September as stronger rises in business confidence, market growth and product sales were offset by weaker increases in prices charged and employment levels. The number of staff employed in the period under review dropped for the second month in a row, indicating the slowest pace in the current 34-month period of expansion. Meanwhile, the Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Hamid Ali, has given the assurance that its policy on rice import is not inimical to the nation's economy. The customs boss spoke with reporters after a closed-door meeting with the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on import waivers. He explained that the decision lifting the ban on rice import would help generate more revenue for government and reduce smuggling of the product. He also pledged to ensure that the Customs Service implements only policies that would protect the interests of Nigerians. Meanwhile, the Maritime Workers Union has made true its threat by shutting down port operations across the country over unpaid wages of its workers. At a briefing here in Lagos about the 3 days warning strike, the union chairman Nted Emmanuel says over 3,000 tally clerks and onboard security men are being owed for 9 months by the Nigerian Ports Authority, despite signing an agreement in July to effect payment. Well, the union also frowns at the deplorable state of roads leading to the nation's ports, claiming it has caused needless deaths.
The rationale behind why they refuse to pay them is what we are saying today. We cannot explain because we have series of meetings in the Ministry of Labour and Transport, more than 5 meetings. And the last meeting we held in the month of July, and that letter was dated 30th of July. It was clearly stated that the Nigerian Port Authority should pay this category of workers on or before the 30th of July. But up to date, nothing happened.
Bearish sentiments continue at the Nigerian equities markets today, and in a moment we'll find out why investors gave most stocks the cold shoulder. Harriet Agbenyi is here with a summary of business transactions at the local bourse.
As more third-quarter earnings result hit the Nigerian Stock Exchange, investors continue to book profit of stocks on largely mixed results. Market breadth returned negative today as 18 stocks appreciated while 22 declined. Guarantee Trust Bank was the top price gainer for the session, adding 5 kobo, that's about 2.08% to its share price as investors digest the bank's third-quarter results. UACN Property Development Company is next with a 4.90% gain, followed by Cement Company of Northern Nigeria with 3.78%. Down 4.98%, Okomu Oil closed at 13 naira 65 kobo to lead PZ Cussons, WACO and 19 other price losers. Banking stocks, Diamond Bank, UBA and Access Bank were the 3 most actively traded, contributing the most to market turnover. The all-share index slipped by 0.05% to close at 30,011.89, with market capitalization at 10.31 trillion naira. In all, total volume of shares traded was 151.17 million, valued at 1.70 billion naira, and exchanged in 2,604 deals. That's the stock market report. I'm Harriet Agbenyi.
Many thanks, Harriet. Let's now find out how the stocks fared globally. And that's it on Business News tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Imana Amawe. Ijoma will be back with the rest of the news at 10. The current price of fuel in Nigeria may soon be a thing of the past because the federal government is working on a medium-term reduction of the pump price of petroleum products. In an interview with the international media, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, said the government is working on ensuring that private refineries work while reducing importation of refined petroleum. According to him, we are unbundling the NNPC so that its various components are effective and core centers are able to do business well. The Vice President said the federal government believes that if private refineries are located close to the old ones, they can benefit from the available infrastructure, and in the medium term, fuel will become cheaper. While the Society for Environmental Toxicology and Pollution Mitigation, that is advocating greater awareness on environmental management issues. At its annual international conference and awards ceremony in Lagos, the body calls on regulatory authorities to implement environment policies and toughen legislation against offenders. Our correspondent Temple Ashaju reports.
A report by an international development agency, Oxfam, says if actions are not taken, Nigeria could lose about 10 trillion naira of its GDP to climate change by 2020. This annual conference of the Society for Environmental Toxicology and Pollution Mitigation brings together experts, academics as well as regulators from the field of environment to brainstorm on how to manage this rising challenge in Nigeria.
Nigeria, like many other countries, is exposed to climate change-induced dangers of desertification, erosion, flooding, and other ecological problems. Consequently, Nigeria's efforts and actions must be informed by these realities.
The four legs that make an effective regulatory framework to work, first of all, is policies statement. There must be policies in place. This policy must be executed or implemented. And finally, enforcement, sanction.
SETPOM's determination to take environmental management to the next level motivated the society to confer awards on leading professionals of the field.
As a fellow of the Society for outstanding contribution to the field of environment protection and management, congratulations.
Students successful from an essay competition on environment were also rewarded.
We also present this plaque for producing the second prize winner in the SETPOM Green Essay Competition for 2015.
Members of SETPOM want Nigerians to be more informed about the dangers of environmental pollution.
I already presented a seminar on refuse burning about burning plastics used to emit volatile compounds called PCB. One of them is dioxin, which is very, very dangerous to the system. So anytime I pass through Olusosun dump up till now, I don't think Lagos State is doing enough.
But we need to do more, a kind of a sensitization at all levels, because you may think that we know so much about the environment. We know too little.
Environmental chemistry, security and safety of health are some of the concerns of SETPOM. The society hopes that climate change mitigation will someday become everyone's responsibility. Temple Ashaju, Channels Television News.
Sustainable agriculture development is one sure way the nation can be free from dependency on revenue from oil. And this is the view of the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, at an agriculture stock-taking event in Awka, the state capital. He urged farmers in the state to pool resources to become suppliers, not just to states, but for export purposes.
With an estimated population of about 6 million people, Anambra State stands as the 8th most populated state in Nigeria. Expectedly, this comes with a lot of responsibility, as whoever is at the helm of affairs is charged with providing essential infrastructure for the citizenry, adequate power supply, security, shelter, as well as food. And for Willie Obiano, the governor of Anambra State, providing these is a task that must be fulfilled, which is why he put himself forward. To capture what can be provided and how adequately the state can meet the food demands of the population, a stock taking of the state's agricultural prowess is being exhibited here in Awka, the state capital. For the governor, a sound mind should live in a sound body, which is why he's taking this event seriously.
We started by about 1.5 years ago, mapping out various areas in Anambra where rice, maize, cassava, respectively, grow best. We've started the rice activities both at the commercial level and the subsistence level. Anambra very soon will be one of the main exporters of rice, exporting could mean from Anambra to another state or outside Nigeria.
The governor also calls on farmers to join hands in making the sector more business-oriented, not just for their benefit, but for the improvement of the economy.
We have organized ourselves in such a way that we will be able to assist any farmer. I have directed that every farmer that requires assistance must join a cooperative of about 10-20 people to enable us to be able to assist them.
Governor Willie Obiano has planted dreams of eradicating hunger in the minds of the people of Anambra State. What can make him succeed in this effort are favorable conditions set up by the government.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Nigeria Football Federation confirms Segun Adegbami's candidacy for FIFA presidency, and that will be on sports. Stay with us.